So these hats have been donated by the Dallas Economic Development Corporation. And you see the CEO of that corporation, Linda McMahon. She's with us today. She was able to round up these hats for us in a very short time. So we want to thank you so much, Linda, and to all of the members of the Economic Development Corporation for your support. Yeah, Mayor, can you close the other end? We don't have to get a photo. Hold on. Very true. Thank you so much for your trust and your belief in our school. Great stated that exactly 1 year ago in Dallas, school is what we call our great city. And this collaboration has served as a foundation for so much success here in our city. We have watched this franchise grow. We have watched these young ladies serve as a beacon for the power of female athletes and rise of women. And the city of Dallas, one of the things that we've always talked about is how we must continue to put action behind our words. We know that the momentum is great, and we're going to keep running up the school to ensure that Dallas stays at the top of the league. We know that that started as one of the franchise. We want to continue to let you know that we are here for you and we're here to support this new lives. We thank you for your fortitude. We thank you for being an example of what it means to do hard work, both on the court and off the court. And there is no better place for you to continue that work than right here in our city. And so today we see all celebrate your success. We look forward to cheering each of you along on as you thrive in our city. Let me just say, women's sports is not just about gaining attention, but it's about how it's starting to lead the cultural conversation. These public-private partnerships will continue to contribute to what we know is the shared goal of making sure that our city thrives and continues to evolve and globally recognized city. So let me say, as a former mother of a college basketball national champion, I was often the loudest one in the arena. So when I'm at the game, y'all are gonna know I'm there. So we want to congratulate you. We know that you're going to have a great winning season. We know that the future is bright for you here in our city. And y'all help me say, let's go Wings. Thank you.
like Vice President and Government Coach Chris Thomas, along with Aaronette Vonleh.
Incredible turnout. Thank you for all the support. Just a quick thank you. Months and months and months of prep going into draft class, and the battery of the GM bucket with Travis Charles, Jasmine Thomas, and Chris Honest. Can't thank you guys.
Just hand on the other mic.
That we did for our draft class. Include our analytics team. We were tirelessly working to put this draft class together. So thank you very much. The opening of the present seems fitting because, as mentioned,
You just hand them the
9 days ago, after we had the draft class secure that evening, that whole day felt like a Christmas day. The excitement of what that draft class would be like. Well, it was Christmas 9 days ago. Certainly today feels like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day with the optimism and all the momentum around the Dallas win. It is fantastic to feel the 5 members of the draft class here tonight. Some of the things that we envisioned with this draft class. First and foremost, we wanted to add culture players to our locker rooms. We wanted to bring in winners. We wanted to improve ball handling. We wanted to have impactful words. If we could add defenders, and last but not least, post depth. We were able to check so many of those boxes with this draft class, and we can't wait to get ready for training camp on Sunday. So I'll turn it over to Chris, but truly excited to be here today to introduce officially our 2025 draft class. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate it. I'm excited about the people that I truly believe in that. And the collection of people that we were in, we were engagement and so we were just spread. So each one of them, they lead with a gratitude and an appreciation and accountability, while at the same time, leading with a confidence and a fearlessness. And that balance is extremely unique. So we're so excited to add it. This is their moment. And for me, I'm just looking forward to open-minded. Yes, absolutely. I feel like we hit a home run. Obviously, it was a tremendous night. Echo what Chris is talking about. It all started with culture, character, and we had such great people first. But then the players and what we were trying to accomplish with this draft class, we checked so many of the boxes, and we can't wait to get started.
Being able to play in a pro style system coming out of college, I think is just a big advantage. I'm just gonna keep building off of that and bring what she taught me here.
We watched you for your obviously playing the Markel. Defense with your forte. Does that defense translate to the WNBA?
Oh, it would definitely will. I love defense. I love just creating havoc on that side of the ball. So I'm gonna definitely do that.
She taught me many lessons, but the biggest lesson, honestly, would just have to be going after everything that I want, putting in that work day in and day out. She really was great at holding me accountable for each and everything that I did. When I came in 5 years ago and told her my goals, every day since that day, she pushed me to those, So she's just instilled a great work ethic in me, and I'm just so excited to get to work with all these girls. Super excited.
I'm just excited to play at the next level and be able to learn from such a great group of vets and just have a great team. And Dallas is an amazing city, so excited to be here full time.
I would say just living out our dream. I mean, this is a dream of ours, I'm sure. So yeah.
Definitely what they said, but looking forward to growing, as a person and as a player. Looking forward to winning and looking forward to rocking my boots and my hat, I'm excited.
Sure. No limits, right? No limits. But we won't focus on that. We'll focus on our people, our systems, and our anchors, and we'll let the success and we'll let the winning take care of itself.
Yeah, we're just really excited. A big foundational year for us with all these moving parts. We have 3 outstanding returners, but the entire roster has flipped with a tremendous draft class, but also a very successful free agency, including the largest trade in WNBA history. So we're really, really excited about meshing these parts together. There's going to be an adjustment with everybody playing with each other for the first time. But again, no limits with this crew. The momentum is really building, and I think you're going to see a surprise, a ton of teams.
Yeah, first, thanks to all of our players who made it up here to support us in this moment, and our coaching staff as well, already getting after it, getting in some workouts, getting us ready for camp. But yeah, it's all about that connection that we can create. And we have a lot of vets, but they're youthful vets. We're a young team, and that balance is exciting. They have all these experiences, and they're still very youthful. So we'll challenge the rookies and empower them to be rookies and lean on the vets. And at the same time, you have all these great experiences as well. So please bring them and please contribute. Everyone can lead from where they are. And I'm excited to empower everyone to be able to do that.
I will tell you again, building off of that, there was a real intent to build a team that is in the prime of their careers. So when you look at free agency and the trades, we filled our roster with a lot of players in that what we call the prime of their careers in the WNBA, that 26 to 30-year-olds with a lot of great experiences, but they're coming into career years. They're coming off of career years and building that. And then the synergy with the draft class and the youthful excitement and the new tools of the draft class, just really excited to blend it together. We will be one of the youngest teams in the league, but we believe we'll be one of the most exciting teams in the league.
Upside down. I have a question for each one of the players about what makes you so dangerous on the court. What's your best attribute?
I'd say mine is just a low post presence. I'm very physical down there. I like to be aggressive and just get easy buckets in the paint.
I would say my defense, but I also have the ability to create on the offensive end too.
I feel like my passion, my energy, it fuels me on both ends of the floor, so I'm excited to get to work.
Joining start with plus points. Dallas basketball fans love the wing, love the notch. And as you guys may have heard, there was a certain trend moved into now today, frustrated Dallas basketball fans. So my question was for Curt. How confident are you that this team can bring a sense of positivity back to Dallas basketball fans?
Yeah, I think sports brings everybody together, but I think the positivity, the momentum, just look around the building. And the excitement that the Wings have right now. We can't wait to build on that momentum and build it with the fan base in the DFW area. There's never been a greater time to be a women's basketball fan. Catch the wave, catch the momentum. It's coming.
I feel like the biggest lesson for me was just if I want to do something, I have to put my all into it, and I can do it. I feel like my coaching staff really gave me that lesson. And I just want to bring that same, determination into this next step. Just give everything my all, have max effort, and just let everything happen how it should.
And then for what does what did you see last year made you draft?
So, I mean, she's a presence, strong, physical, and it's not very sneaky. She is an athlete. She moves extremely well. I think her best days are ahead of her. Her ceiling is so high. And so really excited for what she's going to bring to camp.
And attempt to get to the Zoom folks here. Our audio is cooperating. We'll go to Jackie Powell. You can hear us?
All right. Hello. Can everyone hear me? Just want to make sure.
Yep, good day.
Yes. Okay, great. So this one is for Curt. I'm just curious if you could reflect on how being a GM has changed since you were doing this in Connecticut, and how, you're really overseeing the transformation in how a WNBA team functions.
Hi, Jackie. Thank you for joining us and all your coverage of women's basketball. We appreciate you. Jackie, it has really changed. Many of us back in the day were dual hats, GMs and head coaches, and that time has passed. Speaking from this morning, I talked to 2 GMs around the league, and we were reflecting on how much work goes into the GM world alone, and to think that we used to do it as the dual hat head coach and GM. So it's really, really changed, Jackie, and really excited. It's 35 years in women's basketball for myself, but first time off the sideline. But I'm telling you, it is a blast putting this team together, this roster, serving this incredible coaching staff. And so it's just a really, really exciting time around women's basketball, and how much the GM role is playing a huge part in the growth of our league.
just to follow up, I'm curious if you could just give an example of some of the things that I guess have illustrated how much this has changed, I guess, besides obvious roster construction.
Yeah, certainly. The sophistication of your cap management has changed dramatically. You know, before when you were making decisions between a max player and maybe a non-max player, the ramifications of making maybe a poor decision really never hurt teams. But the sophistication of managing cap now is truly like a professional team, and it takes you to be nimble. It takes a lot of thought when you're putting those pieces together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll excuse these players.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
But first of all,
Testing. Both. All right, I'm using both. All right, I guess I'll start this portion out because it went viral. But as the story goes, on draft lottery day, my flight from California to Dallas was canceled. My assistant coach or former assistant coach scooped me at the airport. We drove frantically to his office to prepare for the draft lottery. And as the gods have it, it worked out. And if you saw the viral video with the 4 teams that were in the draft lottery, I was praying not to be 4. We weren't 4. We were 3 came. We weren't 3. And I was like, this is awesome. Like, we're going to be 2. And as the viral video shows, I am taking a video with my own cell phone of the moment that LA was called as number 2, meaning that we won the draft lottery, and I absolutely lost my mind. The big picture is we knew what that meant at that moment, that we would have an opportunity to draft the number 1 pick, but in the big picture on the big decisions was Paige Bueckers. So exciting moment. Paige obviously comes off a national championship, one of the most decorated collegiate players, one of the most efficient players in college basketball history. For her career, she's over 50% field goal, over 40% from the 3-point line, and nearly 90% from the foul line. So nearly for her career, 50, 40, 85. So media, I know every practice that you're going to want to talk to Paige at the end of the practice. We will be shooting extra foul shots so we can get to that 90, so she can be the 50, 40, 90. But a special player and a special addition to Dallas, Paige Bueckers. And then to give insight to this, and this goes for our entire draft class. You spend months and months and months, and one of the exercises that we love to do with our internal group is do our own mock drafts. And when we did our mock drafts, we could never get to Aziaha. Aziaha was always off the board in all our mock drafts, and we just kept like doing it and doing the exercise and going, this isn't going to happen. This isn't going to happen because she's such a tremendous bucket getter. Instant offense, can score at all 3 levels, and we wanted so desperately to add that to our roster. But leading up to the draft, the so-called experts out there kept producing these mock drafts. And all of a sudden, Aziaha started to to fall in some of these nationally known mock drafts. And we're like, what is going on? What is going on? Could this possibly happen? So I call her agent. I said, could she possibly be there at 12? All our exercises don't have her there at 12. And he's like, absolutely not. And so I hung up discouraged and said, again, I don't think she'll be there. Well, again, the draft gods looked down upon us well. And on draft night, as the draft was playing out, everything came together the way we had hoped. And Aziaha James was there at 12. So our first, right, and the last pick in the first draft, right, of the 2025 draft, two incredible players, and welcome.
I'll keep it short. Again, welcome. We got a couple of hoopers here, and that's what I love it. That combined with that balance that I spoke to, right? The impact that we plan on having in this community. It's so much bigger than basketball, and these two take it seriously. So we're excited on and off the floor.
Dr. Boyce, this question for Paige. Paige, your teams on your page, you talk about how you feel about them and so much to be able to the next level. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, my faith has really grounded me. It's kept me in a place where I've been grateful for everything that's happened, that's been thrown my way. It's kept me humble to not take anything for granted. And it's just helped me enjoy the journey and be present in every single moment. It hasn't always been pretty, but we've turned it around and everything works for the greater good. And just leaning on his purpose for me, leaning on his plan for me, giving him my own understanding of life, has really helped me just be in a state of peace and joy and gratitude.
Question, on draft night, you take us back, just talked about it a few minutes ago, but what was it, what domino really fell that made Aziaha really feel like it was getting ready to happen when you drafted?
I think as we looked, I thought the big unanswered question, to be honest with you, was how many internationals would go in the first round. We figured 2, but as 3 internationals went off the board early, we knew that opened up the opportunity for Aziaha to drop. And again, during that whole process, like it was 14 that was gaining traction. We heard from numerous teams on draft night trying to trade for our 14th pick. Just shows you the depth of this draft. It shows you the excitement of this draft class. Paige, obviously, without question, was the #1 pick. But you're going to look back in this draft class and you're going to see people that if we redrafted in 4 years, the order will be different.
Welcome to Dallas State. This is for Aziaha. There are many undersized, quote unquote, ballers in the league. Talk about how you're going to use your size and your skills to make a difference on the court for the league.
I feel like my heart, just being that dog and, being that sponge, learning from my vets. And, this whole team is full of dogs. I'm ready to be a part of it. Just continue to legacy that the Dallas Wings going to have.
Yes, the other players, what makes you most excited about calling Dallas your new home?
Putting on them boots. No, like I just said, just be a part of the family. You just seeing this community come together and just seeing the village come together. Just I just want to be a part of that and just ready to step under them lights and just being that dog.
Yeah, like everybody's talked about just being a part of a new family, being a part of a new city. Dallas is a great sports city. You can feel the love and the support already. So just to be a part of this and there's a lot of new in this organization. So to be a part of something and build with each other, and just create a new sisterhood, I'm really excited. And also, like they were talking about the boots, the cowboy hat, the country music, just investing all of ourselves into Dallas.
First, her talking about the anxiety of not thinking you were gonna be there. And it was great for the Dallas Wings, but how frustrating was it for you to sit there that long until you heard your name?
I feel like God don't make any mistakes. I feel like it was the right moment and it was my moment. And, I was very grateful that, I was picked. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It was God timing.
Trying to start with plus points. My question's for Paige. I'm curious, when the draft lottery happened, you weren't 100% guaranteed you couldn't go where you were in all reality. I'm curious, what were your immediate thoughts when you found out that Dallas won the lottery?
Yeah, obviously you don't want to take anything for granted, be entitled to anything. So you want to continue to stay motivated to work, to be in that position to get drafted. But just excited for whatever the future held, wherever I ended up, first pick, last pick, it didn't really matter to me. But now that we're here, we're in the present, we're in Dallas, super excited for the future.
That court makes, so get your thoughts about that.
Yeah, obviously excited. She's electric, can score at all three levels, obviously a bucket getter. So looking to assist her a lot, space the floor, get her open looks, play off each other. But just excited for everybody on the team. Like as I was talking about, got some dogs. So just excited to build that in camp, build the passion, build just the excitement of a new system, a new coaching staff, new team, just a lot of new stuff. So excited to build with everyone.
Kyrie also playing in Dallas, just your thoughts on being in the same city of a player that you long admired and respected.
Yeah, he's been my favorite player for forever now. So super excited to be in the same city as him. Hope I can learn a lot from him. I know he's going through an ACL journey himself. So to be able to lean on and support each other through that, I think is something that can be motivating. But just excited for Dallas itself. Like I said, a great sports city. But yeah, great to be in the same city as him.
It's a long history of big names and popular athletes that have come through this market. I just want to get your take on what is it to be a female athlete stepping into this town and being able to make your own mark.
Yeah, I think we're just looking to be a big name organization, and be a winning organization. Continue to build off each other, continue to build off the momentum of women's sports, and the wave that's been created. So continue to build off that, and be with each other and build as an organization.
I'm just curious how you feel about your father. I'm thinking Dallas right now.
I mean, I would say the weather's probably hotter than me. So I'm excited for it too. So different than Connecticut, and Minnesota. So I'm excited for that.
Let's go over to Rob. Down in the podium finish.
Thank you, Pam. I have two questions for Paige. Paige, officially welcome to Texas. I got two questions for you. If you could go back in time and talk to your younger self about the one that was dreaming of this moment, what do you think she'd think about and say to you about reaching your dream and being a role model for the future players in the WNBA? And what's some of the best advice you've received from your inner circle and those not in the basketball world?
Yeah, I mean, just to tell myself, my younger self, to be present, to enjoy every moment, to enjoy the journey. There's good days and bad days, but always keep the faith, always keep your smile, and remain who you are. And that's kind of goes along with the advice that I've been given of being present, of not worrying about the future, not worrying about the past, but continue to build on what you're doing in that present moment. And also just be who you are. Don't care about anybody else's opinion. Be confident in that, and be the best version of yourself.
Back to Penny. Can you hear us?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. Sorry about that. I actually had a question for Curt. I was just wondering if there was, at any point, was there any reason for you to believe that Paige wasn't going to sign her rookie scale contract? From the moment you guys got the #1 overall pick to, finally ink to paper the other day.
The quick answer is no. Obviously, we have great respect for Paige's representation. Lindsay's one of the best agents in women's basketball, and we appreciate her. And we appreciated the message from the beginning. I'm very, very close with Coach Gino and Chris. And Paige's desire to stay focused and present in the moment, chasing what ultimately was a national championship. And we respected that. We respected the process, and were patient along the way. And we knew that everything was trending positively, and appreciated that there was that respect back and forth.
And if I might ask a quick follow-up, Paige talked on draft night about how her conversations with you were about setting a new standard in Dallas. Just can you kind of talk about what your vision is for the both short-term and long-term for the Wings?
Yeah, I think it's all started with people and strong character in that locker room. And we feel we've put together an incredible training camp. A training camp, I've been in this league now a decade. I'm starting my 11th season. I'm not sure that I've been affiliated with a stronger training camp. And the competition that's going to start from day one is going to be incredible for the Wings. And it's a very, very important foundational year with all the new that is for us with Dallas. But can't wait to support the coaching staff on the style of play that they will bring to Dallas. The exciting style of play, the exciting belief that there's so much unselfishness now in the locker room. So, just truly excited about this foundational year. And when we say foundational, there's still no limits on what this group can do. But we understand that there are a lot of new pieces playing together, and it will take time to mesh and build together.
Thank you very much. Curt, Chris, Aziaha, Paige, congratulations. My question actually the same for Paige and for Curt, although I assume you'll come at it from two different angles, which is to say that you both expressed desire for a new start in Dallas, and for Paige, as you put it, a big time organization. And I'm wondering if you could isolate kind of one metric that is most important to you as you think about it, Paige and Curt, each of you. What is that metric that we should all be looking for by the end of season 1? I don't mean on the court, I mean off the court, to make it a big time organization and a fresh start.
Yeah, Paige, Howard, thank you. I think that we are trying to create a player-first environment and attract future players to want to come and stay in Dallas. And through free agency, through trades, we have accomplished a lot of our goals of bringing in great, great players. but more importantly, great people that other people around the league would want to play with. And so if there's a metric at the end of the year, knowing we're upcoming in a very much a fishbowl with a new CBA on the horizon and what next year's free agency will look like, we feel like we've accomplished a great deal already with people. And that's what we want at the end of the year, that people look around going, we would enjoy joining that group in Dallas. The last caveat, Howard, and I'll turn over to Paige, but it's unprecedented what's going on here with the future practice facility, which will give us an incredible opportunity to train and play each and every day. It will take a backseat to no one, and that is a true commitment by this city and the vision for women's sports down here in Texas, that's all coming together. And then the renovated arena. So much excitement around facilities. We know that's a game changer, and that is on the horizon for this group.
Howard, I can give you, sorry to interrupt here, but I can give you a metric here. We talked about this early on, just trying to define success and establish it. And so for me, we have exit interviews at the end of every season. And in those exit interviews, if a majority of our players can walk in there and say, I enjoyed that season, regardless of wins and losses, this is a place I want to be. These are people I want to be around. I want to be back. Can you please resign me? Then we'll have begun on the right direction of establishing our foundation.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, like both of them talked about, I'm not really huge on metrics, but just the people, the culture, like they talked about just this Dallas becoming a place where everybody wants to play, and everybody who is here wants to stay. So just building that culture, building that foundation of really enjoying being around each other, enjoying playing together, enjoying being together off the court, on the court, in all aspects.
Thank you all.
I think with that, we'll invite the other 3 draft picks on up.
Yes. Yep.
Go that way. And what? Okay.
Forever in history.
And now we'll invite the council member to join up front.
Dang, a girl can't be busy, bro. Like, we gotta get pictures in the bag too. Yeah, how are you? Good to see you. Good, how are you?
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Yeah.
I have all of the guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I was named the Dallas Council's #1 Wings fan.
There you go.
I just never take.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh.